Welcome to the Girl Dad Show.
Welcome to the Girl Dad Show, a professional parenting podcast. Each month, I interview entrepreneurs, leaders, and professionals who are balancing parenthood, life, and profession in the hopes to learn what it takes to be an amazing professional parent. What's going on, y'all? This is Young coming to you from Portland at the airport hotel here because I am stuck. It has been an amazingly crazy 2 days. I'm on the process of flying to the Bay Area to do a talk and talk to a bunch of business owners for PMPT's Motion Collab event, and swung by Portland on the way down to visit Cody at Plumeria and Jason, my old boss, and it started snowing like crazy yesterday. So bad that it was almost impossible to get a airport ride to the airport. And then when I finally was able to get one, I saw the board and all the flights were canceled. Like they were just canceling as I was sitting there watching it, and arrivals and departures were all canceled. And quickly scrambling to find a new flight, and they booked me for like 2 days later, and I was going to miss my event that I was going to talk at. So I still may miss it. I'm not really sure, but I was able to book something tomorrow morning and get a hotel near the airport because there's really no Lyfts or Ubers or taxis or anyone driving on the road, and there's no food deliveries. It's just kind of crazy. And so it's been an amazingly weird and strange and hectic couple of days making this trip to the Bay Area for this talk. Probably shouldn't have squeezed in Portland, but I'm still glad I did. And really, really happy that I did so. And it's really beautiful. As crazy and as scary as it is really, really pretty. Let me show you real quick. It's kind of fun to see. It's pretty cool. It's really been very, very fun to be in the snow like this and experience all of this cold weather. It feels invigorating. It makes me feel like I'm alive, which is really fun. But at the same time, it's been really hectic for work, and obviously it's not easy when your schedules go crazy and you have meetings booked in between travel and all sorts of stuff. So it has been a very, very chaotic few days for me, but I'm really, really grateful that I have the ability to make new arrangements, have the luxury of booking a hotel, and was able to do that pretty quickly. And I was overhearing other people at the airport saying they slept at the airport and wasn't quick enough to book something, or they couldn't do it or afford it. And just really counts your blessings when you see and hear things like that, and just really puts a lot of perspective into how fortunate you are and how grateful you should be for what you have. And so that's kind of where I'm at. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the new business that I'm launching that I'm very excited about, but also wanted to talk a little bit about the most recent trip that we just took with the girls to Houston, and really just my conversations around how I'm thinking about all this stuff that's been I've been building and doing, because there's been quite a few changes that have happened in the last few weeks, and it's really opening my eyes to the ideas and possibilities of what I want to do and how I want to do it. And it's all very exciting. We're getting to the goals that we've achieved for ourselves like a lot faster than we had anticipated. So let's get into it. So the first thing is, what am I currently working on? I am here actually in Portland to go to the Bay Area to talk to business owners at the Motion Collab event with PMPT, which is a client, and they host these awesome events for health and wellness business owners and professionals, and they've been hosting these awesome events, and this one is going to be all around entrepreneurship. So those health and wellness professionals that have always wanted to go on their own, and the ones that are currently on their own that want to learn how to scale and optimize. And so they asked me to come out and give a talk around operational rigor, and I'm going to be talking to them about how to turn their passion into profits and really the business mechanics around being a function expert and how to monetize that and how to scale it properly. So I'm really excited about it, but it was just so timely to also share about the new business owners club. And So that's going to be kind of our launch event. I'm just going to kind of piggyback off of it, even though we're not ready to launch yet. Unfortunately, Owners Club is uh, very hard to start, and there's a lot of things that we're building. We have the platform ready to go, but now it needs a Stripe account and a checking account. It needs all sorts of little things that are just like bottlenecked by my time and my ability to go to the bank and open up a new business checking account. Just super frustrating because all the hard stuff I thought would take so long, we got it all dialed in. At the end of the day, it was my lack of time to go physically in and open up this checking account that's roadblocking us now, which is so ironic and funny. Being this kind of like, oh, fancy, mover and shaker, and I, optimize and delegate and systematize, and then, all this stuff is going so well, and then it gets blocked because I'm too busy to literally go into a Chase bank and open up a checking account. Although Chase should also let you just do this online, so I will make fun of myself and deprecate myself for the irony in the situation, but I will also say that, come on, guys, Chase, you're like the biggest bank in the world. It's like 2023, dude. Like, we shouldn't have to go to do this stuff. Yeah, anyways, so that's kind of where we're at with that one, but I'm super excited about at least telling the world about it and starting to collect emails. We already have 12 people on the waiting list, and almost almost all of them. I'd say maybe one or two are probably going to consider it, but I'd say 12 of them are very interested in joining already, and I'm really hoping to get another 10 or 12 to join the interest from this event that I'm going to go talk at. And then once I launch it next week and kind of formalize the process of speaking about it, I'm expecting that wait list to grow very, very quickly. And what I'd like to do is just get the Owners Club to about 100 members and really, really provide a ton of value for owners in the Owners Club and make it an amazing, amazing community. And I'm going to take a stab at building out a community business, and I'm super excited about it. It's like I've never felt more excited about a business or a project than this business. It is it feels really good. It feels really good. There's only one part that I don't like about it, which is like I'm constantly fighting this imposter syndrome. Like, am I good enough to be a business coach, or to lead this community of business owners, or help all these business owners at scale? And I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how to go about that. And maybe I am, and I'm not. And it depends on who I talk to. But at the end of the day, I do know that there is a subset of people that I know that I can help. And whether I feel like this or not, I am actively helping dozens of business owners right now to really help grow their business and own their business and run their business. And so I keep just fighting that imposter syndrome of being this guy that's a business coach, right? And moving on and just being excited about it. And other than that minor thing, I'm like unbelievably excited about it. It's never felt more truer to me and what I like to do and what I like to spend my time on. And it's just the perfect alignment of all of my passions and interests, both personally and professionally, into one business. And so super, super excited about it. Yep, looking forward to launching that and getting that going. And all signs are looking good, except for the bottlenecks that I just listed out earlier. Expect to see a ton of social media content coming from this, because it's going to be a lot of marketing, I think, for business coaching and targeting business owners. So if you're listening to this and you're a small business owner or you're a service business owner, please reach out. It's owners.club. www.owners.club. Sign up and we'll get you on the email list and let you know when we're ready to go. It is going to be an invite only club though. So, even if you sign up, someone will have to interview you to let you in and vouch for you. But I think that is really, really important to me, because it's not just about being another business. It's also about a community that I want to be a part of as a business owner. And so I'm really, really focused on the quality of the community and making sure that everyone is supportive and hungry to win, and they exude these common characteristics of a growth-minded business owner. But that's kind of where I'm at with that, and why I'm traveling and why I'm stuck in Portland in the middle of the snow, paying outrageous prices to get new flights and hotel rooms last minute. And I paid $200 for a Lyft ride because there were no Ubers and taxis to go, I think, like 12 miles. And then just to find out my flight was canceled. It's been a very expensive day. But that's Owners Club. And I'm really excited about the event tomorrow night and sharing Owners Club for the first time in a live event, and then I'll digitally share it the next week. By the time you listen to this, it'll already have happened. So, yeah, I love to hear what you think now that you're in the future of me talking about this. What do you think about me launching, and how's it going? And are you interested, or do you have any questions? All right, so that's kind of the status update for the newest business and the newest project, Owners Club. And the second thing I wanted to talk about was my recent trip to Houston. I have been on this, this new goal and objective of balancing out my life a little more this year and really trying to figure out ways to spend more time with my kids. And one of the ways that I came up with, there's a bunch of them that we're going to do, but one of them was intentionally try to travel more with them. And travel was a really big thing for Amy and I when we were dating. And also, once we got married and started having kids, we actually said we wanted to be a travel family. We wanted to just bring the kids into our lifestyle versus like adapting to their age and whatever that may be and avoiding travel. And so we just trucked them along ever since they were kids or since they were born. And we kind of stopped for COVID. And then I got really busy with work and then it just kind of like fell apart. But we're really going to get that back together again this year. And we did a couple trips last year, which was really fun and got me excited again about, exploring new places and new things. And so this year we are going to continue that. And so we have a Disney cruise coming up and we have a Mexico trip and we have a couple of local trips, but we did Houston because we've already done San Antonio, we've done Dallas, and now we wanted to go to, we've done Waco, and now we want to do Houston. But this is our part of our slow process of exploring Texas. So we have local places to go in addition to bigger trips. Houston was amazing. It was super fun, and the activities were amazing. All the different children venues were awesome, and especially the zoo was really cool, and the space center was really cool. Amy was super into the space center, so that was really nice to be able to go and feed her need for that and scratch her itch. And the kids really liked it, and we got some really good memories, and we had a lot of good laughs. And I think the kids were a little bit tired by the end of that one because it's not as exciting, but it is definitely very, very interesting and very fun. And then looking back at it, it's just a really great experience to spend time with the girls that way, right? Exploring and learning and going to new places together. And something that was really, really fun for me this trip was that we brought a chessboard that turns into a checkers board. So checkers and chessboard. And every morning, one of the girls would wake up first and they would get like stuck, like having to because we didn't get separate rooms. We just got one room with two beds and we had to keep them quiet. And then starting from the first day, I took Grace down early and we went downstairs to the lobby, to the breakfast place. And we played checkers while we waited for Lily to wake up. And then she would join us and then we'd all have breakfast. And then the next day, Lily woke up first. So we'd go down and play chess and then eat breakfast while we waited for Grace to wake up. And as silly as this sounds, it was so fun. More fun than the zoo, more fun than the Discovery Museum, more fun than the Space Center, more fun than all the different new activities that we had. I just really, really loved, waking up with my kid and getting that one-on-one time in the morning, seeing their little brains work, playing the game, and I don't know. It was so fulfilling. It was very, very fulfilling, and my heart was so full. And the other thing that I got to do was that, because we did so much stuff in 4 days, we tired the kids out at least 2 of the days. And Grace fell asleep on me twice, and Lily fell asleep on me once, or at least rested on me once. And it was amazing. And although in the moment, my first reaction was a little bit like, oh, frustrated and, why can't you just walk? Like we're all tired. We've all been walking all day. And, it just hit me. I'm like, my kids are not going to want to be held like this for that much longer. And I'm going to miss it so much. And so I just muscled up, my energy. And even though I was also tired and hot and bothered, I picked them up and I held them and I just held them for as long as they wanted. And it was just an amazing, amazing moment to realize that these moments are fleeting. And, you talk to a lot of people that say enjoy the moment, that's their advice to younger parents or parents of younger kids. And I think it was one of those situations where I was like in the moment doing the thing that I knew that I wanted to do later on. Just super cool. It's like very meta. And so it was a really good moment and a good reminder for me to really enjoy the moment and um, experience, the experience of connection and bonding, both physically, emotionally, and mentally like that. And be able to like really sear it in my mind and cherish it and love it, because these moments are fleeting, and tomorrow's never promised, and it's super important you enjoy what you have, and really really like live in that present moment and enjoy it for all it's worth. And I still think back, even a week later, I still think back to those moments of playing chess and hugging my girls to sleep, or carrying them to sleep carrying them while they sleep, and just their little like heartbeats and just like their little breathing in my ear. And it's just so amazing, just fills me up even thinking about it. Which is really really important for me, because I think I move too fast and I do too many things. And the goal now is to start slowing things down, which leads to my third topic. The third thing that I want to update you guys on is that all these different business investments, all these different real estate investments, startup investments, all of this like business building, all of this stuff that I've been building and building and building over the last 3 years was really because I wanted to figure out a way to work as hard as I possibly could and optimize for cash so that I could deploy it into assets. And then the hope was that half of those assets would start returning cash flow. And then that cash flow would allow me to basically buy back more of my time in perpetuity, or at least in a longer periods of time. And it's been a gnarly 3 years. I mean, I will say it's been the most challenging and rewarding 3 years of my life, going down this journey of figuring out how to do this. And I'm really happy to say that I'm very confident now that, we'll do it faster than 5 years. I'm actually pretty confident that we'll do it, probably by next year, maybe in 4 years, or at least 3.5, maybe even. But it's going to be definitely sooner than 5 years, where we will have enough, invested assets that we could, live off of a good income. And it's weird to even say that out loud, because I've been dreaming about this. I've been scheming about this. I've been sacrificing and working all night for this. And, my confidence level has never been higher than in the last few weeks that these businesses and these investments and these assets that I've been building are going to pay off this year. And they're going to start paying me back this year, or starting the process of. And I can see next year compounding and adding, getting to a place where I'm very comfortable, whether I work or not. And it's weird. It's super weird. And it goes back to like this whole like, I don't know, like thought process of what do I do with this time? I'm so used to being cash poor now, and every time I make money, I reinvest it. And so I'm always cash poor, and I'm always hungry, and I'm always scrappy and trying to find the next deal or the leverage or business niche. And, we're going to be at a place where those things have now worked enough that I can start to, reap the benefits of the labor. And it feels weird. It feels weird because I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like or how long it'll last. But I talked to Amy about this briefly, and I talked to her about like possibly buying an RV, as our first big purchase for ourselves. We have a pretty beat up, used, fully paid Prius, old like 15-year-old Prius, and then we bought Amy a pretty old minivan because of the car price skyrocketing during the pandemic. We had to buy her a car because someone hit her car and got totaled. And so we have like fully paid off cars. We, live, I mean, we try to live beneath our means, and, we're not really, um, we're not really like, we don't need a lot. And so it's like interesting to like say, okay, now we're getting to a point where, I mean, obviously we can keep reinvesting and keep building this up, but we're getting very close to the point where we're going to have more than we need, in these assets. And it's incredibly exciting. And I don't know, how to like switch my brain, and do I want to switch my brain? And so we've been really considering making our first purchase. Regardless, we've been considering our first purchase for ourselves, kind of like as like a family thing for all the sacrifice we've had as an RV. And I think the RV will feed a lot of different needs, like time to spend with the kids, be outdoors, make it accessible to do weekend trips. Amy also loves to go to Montana, so we could also drive to Montana and camp along the way, which could be really fun. It also makes it easier for me to be outdoors because I don't like being outdoors, and so having an RV will be really nice. It's not nice enough, but it's way nicer than camping. And so I'm pretty excited about that, obviously. And we're getting really excited about it. And so we're researching it, getting into it, figuring that out. And then my business partner, Chris at Blue Ocean, used to be a professional golfer. So thinking about taking our weekly meetings at the golf course. And so we're talking about, just hitting balls, or actually going and playing and doing our weekly meetings over golf and really brushing up my golf skills. There's two reasons for that, and I'll talk to you guys about that later. But that's another thing I'm thinking about picking up and doing that's more personal and less about business and building assets, and spending time with my kids. It's more like for me. But the gist of what I'm trying to say is that I think Amy thinks that I'll last maybe 2 months. She says maybe 3 months you'll last, and you'll enjoy, the time off, and you'll enjoy, having the freedom of time, and then you'll get insanely bored, and then you'll get insanely depressed very rapidly, and you will find another reason to fix or another reason to fix something or build something, or another reason why we need more money and why we need more assets. And it's a really interesting comment because I was talking to a couple of friends about this, in the last couple of days. And even last night, I was able to see my old CEO, Jason, who's been on the show, by the way. So go watch his episode. His episode's awesome. Jason Andrews. He was my CEO at Limelight Health. And we're just talking about how like entrepreneurs are built a little bit different. You have an itch, and he's already scheming on his next thing. And he was talking about how he got bored after Limelight got acquired, and then he worked at Fineos, and then he left Fineos, and then he really took some time off and kind of just relaxed and enjoyed himself. And he's just like, it's boring. And he gave me a bunch of different examples of his mentors that did the same thing, that that exited or built out really good financial freedom systems, and they all get bored and they all come back to work. And I think Amy may be right, and I think Jason may be right, and I think I just need to accept the fact that I'm not doing this for my kids, and I'm not doing this for my family holistically, right? That's the virtuous way of justifying what I'm doing. I'm doing this for myself, and I really need to get ready to understand that and accept that over the next 9 to 10 months, because I think it's denial to say that it's not just for myself, and I think it's mostly for me. Like, I have this need to build, and I have this need to create value and win and accomplish things, and um, it's a sickness, maybe it's a disease, I don't know, but I don't think it's going to matter if I have money or not. I think I'm going to always feel like I need to do something and build something. So, yeah, that's kind of the revelation that I'm having right now, and I have plenty of time to soak that up and think through that. And so we're not there yet. So I still have at least a couple of quarters here before we get to the point where I actually have to go, do I really need to work, or am I just doing this for myself? And then I'll take a hard look in the mirror and do some real soul searching and figure out why I'm doing it and what justification I have for building another business. Oh, that'll be fun. Hopefully these episodes will continue to entertain you and you're still enjoying it, because it'd be fun for you to hear how this ends up and where I'm at. Okay, cool. So those are the three major things that I wanted to give you an update on my professional journey, and where I'm at and what I'm doing. I'm super excited for you to check out Owners Club, and especially because everyone knows service business owners. This club is going to be amazing for them. And I'm super excited to hear what you think about it, and I'm super excited to invite all your friends that are service business owners to the club. And I'm really excited to spend more time with my kids, and really have some intentional time and make those moments count and matter, and really sear them in my brain and memory. And lastly, to bring it home, I'm really excited about the future and, self-exploration and really understanding me and myself and who I am, and really unpacking that. And it's going to be a really, really good journey for me, I think. It's like a midlife crisis, I guess. I don't know. It's existential crisis. Um, who knows? Who cares? It's fun. We'll figure it out. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in, and look forward to keep learning with you guys. And as always, if you can, please share, like, and subscribe. Your engagement and support really helps me keep this podcast going. And so, even if it's just a like on a Facebook page, or if it's a five-star subscribe or a rate, it really, really helps me a lot. And so I would really appreciate you guys supporting this podcast immediately by, ending it and then hitting 5 stars or sharing it with at least one friend. Thank you again for all your support thus far, and thanks for tuning in. Talk to you next time. Thank you for listening to The Girl Dad Show. Did you know that our website is full of really fun products, like the shirt I'm wearing? Visit thegirldadshow.com to shop our t-shirts, hats, mugs, and more. And follow our social channels to hear about our latest sales.